looking for a new job can feel like a full-time job in itself, and that's why you don't want to be focusing on the wrong things. So here are the top game-changing job strategies to find your dream job faster that work right now. And welcome back to Career Rebels, the best place to build an amazing career on your own terms. And on this channel, I cover the best tips on how you can land the most competitive jobs with top salaries. So if you're interested in that, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get into the things you will need right now to take your job search to the next level. The key to a successful job search is to focus on the right tasks that will bring you the best results. That way you can avoid overwhelm and ensure you're not wasting your time. But it can be challenging to know which tasks will bring you closer to your dream role and which ones are completely unnecessary. So here are the most effective job search strategies that actually work right now. Number 1, create your game plan. The reality is that most of us don't spend enough time thinking about our career planning. And what happens then is that we make a mistake of applying for jobs that we don't want in the first place, or jobs that are simply wrong for us. And there are two big issues with that. First of all, it's difficult to convince someone to offer you a role you're not particularly enthusiastic about. Second of all, you don't want to end up in a role that makes you miserable. So here are the steps to creating a job search strategy that works for you. Set aside 2 to 3 hours to really think about what you want. This will help you create a solid job search plan that will lead to better results. And use this time to ask yourself these questions. What kind of industries interest you the most? Do you have preferences in terms of work environment and work-life balance? It's okay not to want a full-time job. Let's say even if it's a full-time job, maybe you want to work partially from home, partially from the office to still have that social aspect. Think about what you want. What kind of problems do you like to solve? Are there any career paths you've always wanted to explore? And can you list specific companies you'd like to work for? And write down your answers to these questions. Then, when you review job openings, compare the job descriptions to your preferences and apply for these roles where there is a good alignment between what the company offers and what you want. And here's a mistake that I often see job seekers make. So people get clear on what they want, and then they look at job opportunities that are viable and they compromise on what they want. They sometimes talk themselves into applying for something that they don't really want just because they think they can't get what they wanted in the first place. So if that's you, I know it's hard, but you need to be a little bit patient. Once you know what you want, spend time to really try to find the right fit for you. Or if you find a role that you're really interested in that doesn't meet your requirements, let's say you want to work 4 days per week, right? And have that work-life balance, but the job is full-time. Can you negotiate a different arrangement? Like apply for jobs, go to interviews, show that you are the right candidate. And on this channel I give you so many tools that will help you do that and actually get job offers. But then take time to actually negotiate what you want as opposed to settling for what is on offer, and you would be surprised how many companies actually appreciate that and are open to it. But back to our strategy. So once you know what you want, set aside blocks of time dedicated to your job hunt. And mark these times in your calendar and stick to your schedule. Consider what activities are a good use of your time. For example, you may dedicate 2 hours each week to networking. Or another idea would be to spend 30 minutes each morning to review new job openings. This will also help you avoid a job burnout. And I did actually make another video where I cover these steps in detail. So if you want to do this right, I will link it in the description below so you can check it out later. And the second job search strategy you should be using is tapping into the hidden job markets. And that's because even in a competitive job market, which is what we are experiencing right now, there are always many job opportunities that are not advertised to the public. You see, a prospective employer may want to avoid advertising jobs to cut costs or to encourage employee referrals. And there's been a lot of research done around this over the years, and some sources estimate that as much as 80% of open positions are filled through networking. So that's why one of the best ways to access the hidden job market is to leverage your network. This is one of the most important job search strategies you can use. For example, you can reach out to your contacts and set up informational interviews. This will allow you to learn more about specific industries, companies, and positions. And most importantly, don't be afraid to ask people, who else should I be talking to? People like helping other people, so if you start asking for help, you might be surprised how much assistance people are willing to give you. And you should also expand your network and reach out to new people. Attend conferences, career fairs, workshops, luncheons, and other professional events. You can also join professional organizations. And once you make new connections, take time to nurture them. Get to know people and ask what you can do for them, because a well-built network will support you throughout your whole career. And if you want to understand more about accessing the hidden market, I will include a link to another video that talks about it in detail. You can find it in the description below. And by the way, if you are getting value out of this video so far, smash the like button. But the next powerful strategy you can use right now is expanding your online network. Here's the reality. The most successful job seekers tend to balance offline networking with building an online network. And the most powerful tool to build a thriving online network is, of course, LinkedIn. Keep in mind that as of making this video, there are currently over 720 million members on LinkedIn. 90 million of these members are senior decision makers and influencers. Not Instagram-style influencers, influencers that can offer you a job. This means that you can gain access to people you may not have had a chance to meet offline. You can diversify your network in ways that were previously not possible out of the comfort of your home. And here are some practical steps you can take to make the most out of this opportunity. Reach out to new connections, join relevant groups and contribute to them. You can also publish your own content and interact with others to increase your visibility within the network. Another great technique is to get recommendations from your managers, colleagues, or clients. And you can also ask your contacts for referrals to jobs or to other people that you should meet. The key here is to always seek to add value to other people. That way they are more willing to reciprocate. And it's also the right thing to do. And here's a question for you. What is your favorite way to network? Let me know in the comments below. And now on to the next powerful strategy, and that is something that many job seekers either don't use to their full advantage or they ignore it altogether. And that's to rank well on Google and get noticed by recruiters and hiring managers. Now, what do I mean by that? If you want to find a new job fast, you need to know how to build an online presence and a strong personal brand. What many people don't realize is that many companies and recruiters don't just post jobs online and wait to see who will apply for the role. Many search online for candidates with the right experience. And even if you apply for a job the traditional way, so you send out your resume, you get a job interview, they are most likely to check your digital presence anyway, so you might as well check that it's spot on and it presents you in the best light possible. So take time to build a strong online brand. And one of the best places for that is, of course, LinkedIn. In fact, there was a recent study that found that 122 million people received a job interview through LinkedIn. So to make the most out of this opportunity, start by building a strong LinkedIn profile. So make sure that you are using keywords that your target audience is likely to search for, because this will help your LinkedIn profile rank higher in search results. And that's because if someone is searching on Google or LinkedIn for people with your skill set in your area, and trust me, they are more likely to find you. For instance, I know recruitment agencies that dedicate several hours per day, every single day, to search through LinkedIn for the best candidates for their jobs. And if someone is doing that in your field, you really want to make sure that they can find you easily and that you stand out among all the other profiles. Now, here's an important part though. You don't have to include everything. Simply include skills and experience that are most relevant to the roles you're applying for, the ones you want. Another thing you can do is upload a high-resolution profile photo. Sounds simple, but research shows that LinkedIn users with profile photos get 21 times more views. There are some other very specific techniques you can use to optimize your LinkedIn profile so you can rank higher on LinkedIn and in search results, and I cover them in a separate video. You can click or tap the screen and check out that video, and hit the like button if you got value. Don't forget to subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in a future video.